Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have for you a fun craft along video. I was making these collage tags and I just thought we could make some together. So let me just show you first what I made. These are simple tags on simple cardstock. I just have a stack cut and ready to go, for creating tags. So I just pick a few random colors out of the stack and just make my tags when I need them. So this one here is a simple collage using book page and then a few bits and pieces. This is from my black and white digital kit, and this is something that I just made as fun ephemera, and I'll show you what I used there. And this is just some lovely trim. This one here is slightly more colorful. It has a book page, some lace, and a floral image again from a book. This butterfly image is again from the same kit. Then I just added a few wooden charms up here. Gives a nice overall look. This here again is a simple collage. This one has another wooden charm at the top, and I just used a leaf punch to cut out the shapes, just adding some fun touch. And I thought we could just make a few collages and make a few tags on the camera, and you could just tag along as I do. So let's just first pick our bases for the tags. As I said, I just use some plain cardstock that I just cut into different sizes of tags, different tag shapes, and just keep them ready. So like this one is slightly longer, and you just get the point, right? And then I have just kept ready a few bits and pieces that I thought we might use. Like I have here a stack of these drawings that I did. I just used a this was I think a calligraphy pen, but you could just use any marker, any sort of Sharpie or something to make yours. But these are done just on simple craft cardstock. This is a craft cardstock. It's not very thick, it's thinner cardstock, but this is simple craft paper. Now what I did was I just used my pen to just simply draw different images. Like this one is my favorite. Just did some different sketches. I really like how they look, and these are really useful when you are making collages, or just use however you need them as ephemera in your journals. So I just always like to have a stack ready to go like this. So whenever I feel like it, I just pull a piece out like I did here, and I used this piece here. Actually I went around the piece using the same calligraphy pen, but you could always just ink your edges like I did with this one. I just inked around the edges. Then what I also have are a few images, just random images that I picked from my kit. Now what I do is, I have this black and white printable kit on Etsy, I'll leave the link down below, but it has around 30 or more pages with different kinds of images. And of course, when I print them out, they are obviously in A4 size, but I like to cut them out and just have them in a baggie like this, so they are sort of ready to go when I need them. And there are few words and stuff, things that we might need. So whenever I need a word, I just go in there and just pick out the stuff I need. If I need journal, for the word journal to maybe go on like the journal cover, then I just go into that bag and pick the word out. So there are different words and in different fonts, so I think that is quite convenient to have. And this kit, after making this kit, I realized how convenient and how easy it has become, because not everyone has access to stamps of every kind and images of all kinds, so, and you really can't afford to buy all the time stickers and stuff like that. So I think this idea is a winner, because this has saved me like so much time, and I just go in there and pick all sorts of images. There are floral images, there are keys and candles and flowers and birds and animals, and just so many different kinds of images. And I like to just go in there and pick out an image, maybe fuzzy cut if I need, and use them in however way I want. And oh, one other thing is, in that kit I also have, let me just show you. This is one of my finished journals. In that kit I also have these pre-made pages for you to use. Like, for example, like here I have of course printed the page out and tea dyed it, but you could just use the white version if you like. But I think just tea dyeing it gives a nicer touch. But you see here, you have images printed onto the page directly. So what I just do, I take the printout, fold in half, and then put them directly in the journal. So that sort of saves me time, because you don't always want to fill up your journal completely. You don't want to overwhelm the journal with too much decorating, so you want to have a few blank pages and yet have some interest going on. So that's the reason why I choose to add these pages, not always, but like intermittently. Now here is another of those images, another of those words. I really like to use these around my journals. Again, one of those images. Here as well, you have a little squirrel with an acorn. Another beautiful image. That's just a tag I made using fabric patchwork sort of stuff. Fun thing to do. So okay, that was just me going off the tangent and showing you different things that I do with the same kit. Isn't that leaf beautiful? I just love this journal. It is also listed on Etsy, and I could leave a link if you'd want to have a look. I also have a flip through of this journal. Okay, coming back to our tags. So I just thought we could quickly make a few collages and let's see how these things go. I also have a few charms out. This is a cute little rose. This one is a bird. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them, but let's see how things go. So first, let's begin by having a few book page pieces onto our bases for the tags. I'm just randomly placing a few bits and pieces. Collaging is very relaxing to do. It sort of, gives you, a good way to have a nice quiet time while you're picking stuff up and arranging and rearranging and gluing them down. It's like no stress and just have some quiet time to yourself. I have this leafy image from a book page. I'm not sure which side I like best, the green one or this. Let us see. Maybe we could go with this part for one of our collages, or maybe use the whole flower. Maybe something like that. And collaging is all about, thinking through things and trying different things, and it's all right if, things don't look good and things don't match and you're not happy with what's happening, and you could just always go and change it up and see what works and what doesn't. So I just like to have one basic rule that I try to follow. It's not necessary, but I just try to stick with it, that I like to have at least a minimum of 5 pieces while I'm collaging. So this makes it like 3 pieces per tag, so we'll need like 2 more. So I have a few words that I've picked already. We'll of course have to ink all the pieces, but just putting them out, so that'll make it 4. And maybe we could add a few of these dyed paper scraps that I have. Or maybe use some lace or something. Maybe we'll put that here on this one, and I have this beautiful tea dyed lace, so let's try and use some of that. So maybe on this one. And maybe we'll use another little piece for this one. Just goes with the color theme, I guess. Maybe something like that. And we need something more for this. Let us just have a look. I have this piece of it's not paper, it's not fabric, this is some kind of material. You could just use a piece of that. It has some glittery swirls on it, very cute, so maybe we'll use that. So now that we have it out, we have laid everything out, let's just quickly ink them up and fuzzy cut around our images, and I'll just be back in a minute. So I am back. So what I've done is I have fussy cut around the images, and I have inked the edges that I wanted to ink, and I have also glued down the first layer of my collage. Okay, so just so I don't forget how I wanted to lay them out, and just to speed things up a bit. Okay, so let's just go about this one by one. So I have this brown piece down here, then I want to have it something like that. Okay, and maybe I'll just change the words around. I don't want patience for the squirrel. It's not important, doesn't make a difference, but just maybe we'll have a friendly squirrel there, so I'm adding the friendship there. And maybe winter would go well with the house, and patience could go with the wheel. What is that? Wheel of patience? Nah, so that's there. So let's just glue all the bits and pieces down, just using a normal glue stick for the paper bits. Of course, for the lace and stuff you would use a stronger glue. For our little squirrel here, we'll just add the lace. This is white PVA glue. And oh, I wanted to ink the words also, and I have forgotten that, so let's just do that quickly. That's all right. And we'll just add the word to our tag like that. So that's looking nice. and it'll look complete when we add the tag topper. So let's just quickly do the second one. Collages are great to, get rid of your scraps. And our little word. I don't know why I thought the winter would go well with the house. Perhaps because it looks like a house that would, be covered with snow. I don't know. So that is done. Then this one, I already have this. Oops. I already have this piece of fabric type material glued down. Like that, maybe. So let's just do that quickly. And our word. First we'll add the wheel. Maybe slightly off center. Again, let's quickly ink the word. Okay, that's looking nice. Then let's move on to this one. I really like how this rose flower looks. I'm repeating myself, but having these images at hand ready to go has been such a lifesaver for me, because these images are just so great. Maybe we can have this lace not up here and in this, slightly towards the center, perhaps like that. You could of course go, all out and make it more fancier, and add a little bit of bling and color to your tags and just make it more fun, I guess. But you could just take it however you want. So these are done. We just have to add the tag toppers, punch a few holes. So you can use what do you call, eyelets for your tag toppers, adding punching holes and adding eyelets. But I have these circle stickers that I like to use, like this. So let's just get a few out. They come in different sizes, so of course you can use them for various purposes. So I like to have one at the front and one at the back, trying to position them correctly, one behind the other. But it's not needed. It's all right if you're slightly off center, or the hole you punch is slightly off center. That's all right. I'm sorry about the noise if you are listening. A car reversing, I guess. And you could use whatever size you like. It's not necessary that you use a smaller size, and not needed at all. You could just go by whatever feels right to you. Just trying to center it as much as I can, and then take your punch and punch the hole. The thing with this is, because it is a sticker, it sort of gets difficult to get it out. That's all right. The tiny bits and pieces sort of hold, get glued to the end, and you just have to go with a needle or something to just bring them all out later on. Like that. And for using as a topper, I have some of this I don't know what this is. This is sort of a very soft and furry twine. So let's see which tag this would, maybe it would go well with this one. So let me just cut out a piece. Like that. I have this other material. Let's use a piece of this. Because I used a larger sticker here, using this sort of, covers it up nicely to some extent, and that sort of balances it out. Maybe using some very thin thread would have left it open and visible. Not necessary, but just if you want to consider. Perhaps white would go well with this, keeping winter in mind, and perhaps, so let's just maybe do a black on this one. It really doesn't matter, and you can do however and whatever you feel like. I don't really like black on this. I've got glue on my hands, and the fibers from this thing are gluing onto my hands. What am I doing? Okay, we have that down finally, and we'll add the white one again for this one. You could of course use anything, jute threads, jute twines, or any other cords, any fancy thread you have, any lace, anything would go really. But there you go. And we had a few charms. Maybe on these two. I'll add a charm each on these two. So I have a few jump rings here. So let's just take out a few jump rings. Never open your jump ring or work with jump rings using your nails, because you'll destroy your nails like that. Always use a tool. Oops. There you go. Maybe we will ink around the edge. As you see, some ink from my hand, from my fingers, got onto the tag, and we could just ink around the whole tag and make it look intentional. Like that. So that is looking nice. And then another little charm, the rose charm. So there you have this tag. Let's just ink around this one too. Even though there were no accidental inkings on this one, but we all like to ink, don't we? So there you have it, our beautiful collage tags. I hope you must have enjoyed the process and made a few along with me. Let me know how you found the video, and like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And take care until we meet next time. Bye.